Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cleveland Stage Door. My name is Jimmy Davis, and we are back once again with another fun interview. And this time, it's a little different. It's not musical theater; it is just comedy theater, from my understanding. I am here with Amelia Gann from Potted Potter. Amelia, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me on, Jimmy.
So tell me, what is this show about? I heard 70 minutes, all seven Harry Potter books with 200 costume changes.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can imagine 70 minutes, all of that being crammed in. So it's basically a Harry Potter parody show. Um, Super fun, super silly for all ages. Anyone that loves Harry Potter, you know what? Even people that haven't seen Harry Potter, this will be a nice kind of like compact start to finish telling of the story. But it is a lot of fun. And as you say, so many costume changes. So there's a little bit of chaos weaved throughout. As you can imagine, only two actors on the stage for this one, so that's quite a lot of ground to cover. So yeah, it's quite
That's
mad, but it's great fun.
that's wild.
Yeah,
And you're in Cleveland now. You actually opened last night, and you're
yes,
here through January 12th at
yeah.
Ohio Theater, and it's very cold.
Yeah, it is cold. Yeah.
And I it is very cold for right now. It's very snowy. You're experiencing the snow here. What so far have you been able to experience in Cleveland so far? Have you been able to
Um,
get out yet?
yeah, I've been out. I've done a couple of errands. I walked down. So we're actually staying right by the theatre district, which is amazing. Yeah, your theatre district is so big, which is so cool. So I was kind of like walking down the street, having a look at all the theatres. I went past the public square that we're nearby with all the
Oh yeah,
Christmas lights, which was super nice. And I've had a few bits to eat as well, so I'm enjoying the food.
nice.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
second biggest theater district in the country next to New
yeah,
York. So
absolutely
it's
amazing.
crazy. So let's jump back into the show. So let's start off with this. Is this show for all ages?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, the Harry Potter franchise, the books have been out for quite a number of years now. I had them when I was growing up, and what's so special about it is that children are still picking them up, reading the books, watching the films. So, as I said, from kids all the way through to grandparents, and I think, as always with these comedy shows, we definitely weave in kind of a few little nods to the adults. So they've got a few jokes in there as well. But it's definitely an all ages show.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And what makes this show so special for audiences?
I just think it's so magical, and I think to have something like this on a live stage in this quite crazy concept, which is we're cramming all of the books in together. We've got our kind of own little bits of magic that we weave throughout the show, some special things that the audiences can get involved in. You'll find out when you come to watch, but yeah, I think it's something about seeing something like this with so many characters, so much going on a live theatre stage. It's really special. It's really vibrant, and I think it'll have you laughing throughout the whole show.
And this is a female driven show, right? Like a female led show
Yeah,
this time?
absolutely. So, yeah, historically, Dan and Jeff, who wrote the show, they were doing it for a number of years, and they've got a lot of different male casts over the whole of North America. So they've been touring North America. I think they've done over 1,000 shows in Vegas as well, something like that. So kind of we're spotted around all over the place. But this is the first time that a female cast is doing the show in Cleveland. So Potter Potter has been to Cleveland before, had a
Yep.
really successful run. So we're back now with the female cast. Which is really exciting and really fun for us. You kind of the show's pretty much the same, but I think just the takes on the characters are maybe slightly a little bit different. The way that things are interpreted are a little bit different. So it brings kind of like a nice new fresh energy, I think, which is really great fun.
Absolutely. And for those who've noticed, you are not from the United States. You are
No, no.
so
If you couldn't
so
tell.
if we couldn't tell, you're not from the United States. How did you come up, like, how did you get picked for this, and how did you get selected to come over to the US for this?
Yeah, so they started auditioning for a female cast last year, and so it was just through an audition process like that, picking up the script, having a go, and I was so happy to be cast, to get involved with Lottie and Joe, who are also in the cast as well. And then they started off in Dublin, so they did some shows in Ireland, and then last year we did Toronto, and we're back again this year. We finished Philadelphia, now we're in Cleveland, for the last little bit of the run, which we're really excited for.
So why do you think the this show has been so successfully globally? Like what is it that resonates with the Harry Potter fandom?
I think it's just so timeless, and I think the message behind it, of friendship, of kind of like people that feel, that they don't necessarily fit in, with the character of Harry, and just that magical world, which is just so amazing to read, to watch on television. So now to be able to kind of like see it in a theatre space it's just another level, to the people that already love Harry Potter. So I think it's a really nice way to engage with it. And I have to say that our take on the show is completely, some things are completely twisted on their head. We kind of like have a whole new retelling of some parts. So there's new things in there that people that know the stories so well, they will have never ever seen before.
That's
For
amazing.
sure.
And so I do have to ask this: do you have the sock? Do you have Dobby's sock? Dobby's sock?
We have Dobby. Dobby
Okay.
doesn't have a sock, but now you're
Oh.
mentioning it, I'm
Uh-oh.
thinking maybe we need to kind of bring the sock involved. But
Right.
Dobby is one of my favorite parts of the show, I have to say.
Okay. Okay.
I won't say how Dobby is shown in the show,
Okay.
but it's really really fun, and yeah, I think Dobby's one of my favorites.
Nice. What's your favorite scene out of the show?
So other than that, I was having a little think about this before the interview. The part with Dumbledore and Harry that I think comes at the end of book 5. So it is to do with the prophecy. It's a very important part of the books of the series. You're finding out what Dumbledore knows. Like, is Harry gonna live? Is Voldemort gonna live? But the way that it's shown in the show is completely different. I think that it's kind of one of those moments in the show where we always go off piste a little bit, we go off script, we weave some new things in there, we try and trip each other up. So that kind of happens throughout the show. There's a bit of improvisation here and there, but that moment in particular that's meant to be quite like serious and important just explodes into something that is quite crazy. So it's really fun.
So needless to say, like if you go to one show, you'll and another show, they will never be the same.
Completely, yeah, exactly, yeah. Which
That's
is even more chaotic and fun and brilliant.
that's fantastic. So if you want to see Potted Potter, they're at the Ohio Theater now through January 12th, 2025. Tickets are on sale now at playhousesquare.org. Thank you so much for joining me. This was such a fun interview. This was great.
Yeah,
I
I've
can't.
loved it. Thank you.
This was great. Stay warm. Enjoy Cleveland. I hope you have a great time here. Have a safe travel. Like I said, if you want to see the show, they are here through January 12th, 2025 at the Ohio Theater.
Yeah.
All 7 books in 70 minutes with 200 costume changes. Something that you've never seen before. So,
absolutely not.
thank you so much, Amelia. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jimmy. This has been great fun. Thank you so much.
Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.